Hello, Dr. Coker here, and this is a guide to Amaurot from Shadowbringers. Emmett Selk has challenged you to face his conjuration of the final days. Please like and subscribe. I'm releasing guides for every story dungeon and trial in the game, so you always know what's coming. Let's get started. The first boss here is called the First Beast. After a few seconds, he'll cast Venomous Breath, a frontal conal attack. Just step out of the marker to avoid it. Next, you'll likely see a combo with Meteor Rain followed by Falling Sky. 3 players will be marked and have large black circles around them. They should move to 3 different edges of the arena, and the unmarked players should move to an edge as well. The 3 marked players will then drop 3 proximity AoE markers, and at the same time, 2 players will have large AoE circles drop under them. If everyone stood at the edges, the center of the floor will be clear, and everyone should run there to minimize all the damage. Boulders will be left behind, and everyone should get behind them as he casts Final Sky. The boulders will protect you and be destroyed. Then a very large marker will cover the entire floor except for one thin strip. Run to that strip to be safe from the falling building. Earthquake is a circular AoE centered on the boss. Just step out of it. Late in the fight, you may see a variant of Meteor Rain where there will be additional AoE circles sweeping the floor. Just keep moving and stay on the edges until the proximity markers appear as before. Sometimes this is also followed by spread apart markers on all players, so you will have to spread apart just after the meteors hit the ground. Finally, if you have another phase where you have to stand behind the boulders, there may be AoE markers making laps around the floor. Just stay behind the boulder while avoiding those. The second boss is Terminus Bellwether. After a few seconds, he will cast Shrill Shriek, which deals moderate damage to all players. Just heal through it. Then he'll jump away and a bunch of adds will spawn. The tank should pick them all up and the DPS burn them down, prioritizing the ones with tethers. Also, you'll have to avoid a few AoEs during this phase. After the add phase, the boss will return and slowly cast Burst. If the cast finishes, it's a wipe, so kill him before it does. Note that when you kill him, Burst will still cast anyway, it will just be weaker if the cast bar didn't finish. The final boss here is Therion. Be careful not to fall off the floor here. He opens with Shadow Wreck, which deals unavoidable damage to all players. Just heal through it. Shortly after that, he'll cast Apocalypsis, and every player will need to run to the small platforms beside the boss. He'll do a massive line AoE, and these are the only safe places to stand. This is followed by Therion Charge, where you'll see a proximity marker and everyone should run far from it to minimize the damage. Once it strikes, part of the floor will collapse and the arena will be smaller. After some time, you will see masks appear on either side of the floor. One side will fire blue beams and then the other side will. There is no indicator as to which side will fire first, but the damage is ticking, so if you are hit by one, just move out quickly. Once the first strike happens, the second strike will fill the areas that were safe on the previous one. When you see the boss cast Deathly Ray, one player will be targeted by the same sort of beam. Again, the damage is ticking, so anyone hit can just step out to avoid most of the damage. This is followed by 2 AoE circles that players will need to avoid. From here on, it's the same abilities repeated, but the floor will get smaller, and sometimes only 1 platform will be available on the side instead of 2 for avoiding Apocalypsis. And that's it for Amaurot. I hope you found this useful. Good luck and thanks for watching. See you next time.